And I want to welcome you guys all to the Welcome Week version of our virtual new student organization involvement fair. We've got several different student organizations for you guys to check out today. Before we get started on our student organizations and give them an opportunity to chat with you all today, we are going to briefly show you a little bit about our new Ivy Life platform. So Ivy Life is actually your student connection to all of our student organizations and events on campus. So we are actually piloting a new platform for Ivy Life. So if you've been on Ivy Life before, it's going to look a little bit different. So I do want to walk through how to view Ivy Life now, how to check out new student organizations. If you find out one that you love and you want more information and you want to join and you want to contact the people directly, even though we're going to give you an opportunity to meet with them in your breakout sessions today, you can do all of that via Ivy Life. So I do want to take a moment and show you how to do that. If I can move some things around on my screen. Okay, so right now you guys should see my Ivy Life or my Ivy screen, and I'm going to go ahead and log in because you access Ivy Life from your My Ivy. Okay, so while you're on your My Ivy screen, your Ivy Life icon is right here. You can also type ivylife.ivytech.edu directly into your search browser, and that will also take you to Ivy Life. So here's the Ivy Life icon, and it's going to take you right into our new Ivy Life platform. So the first thing you want to look at, if this is not what you see, then there is a chance that maybe you need to sign in. I've signed in several times today, so it's saved my credentials, but you want to make sure that you see either up here in the corner, that you see either your initials or if you've loaded your profile picture. Otherwise, if you have not signed in, you will see a sign in button here. So you want to make sure and sign in so that you see all the great content that is available specifically for students. This is what your page will look like when you see it, and any organizations that you're currently a member of will show up right here. But if you're not a member of organizations yet and you want to check them out, the first place you do here is go to the organizations button. And this is going to show all the organizations for all of Ivy Tech. So if you're interested in Fort Wayne, Warsaw, or Wabash, you want to check mark the Fort Wayne branch, and that is going to link you to all of the organizations that are available here in our service area. So for right now, all of your events and activities that we host outside, out of our Student Life and Campus Activities Board are posted under the Fort Wayne portal, but that's not a student organization. That's just where all of the activities that are happening for the Fort Wayne area, those things are posted there. But if you find an organization in here, if you click on it, you can find out a little bit more about them. You can see the pictures of some of the things that they have going on. You can see the events that these organizations are hosting, any of their officers that they have listed. And then the most important thing is that you can contact the organization directly to find out more information. And if you are not currently a member, there will be also a button here that says join. So that is just a real brief overview of what the new Ivy Life will look like for students. So if you are listening to this recording after this event is taking place and you're hearing about a student organization that you want to find out more about, this is how you contact them. So I wanted to make sure and get that out there. So to begin today, we're visited by several of we're being represented today by several of our student organizations, from our IT club to our Goalie Amigos. We have several. I'm sorry?
I don't know what you were showing because all I can see is a screen that says Explore Ivy Tech Community College of Indiana. Did you show us a page for an organization?
I did. Is anybody else seeing the camera?
Frozen.
It's frozen. Okay, let me stop my share.
It's frozen for me. Maybe it's not frozen for everybody else. I'm not sure.
Is anybody else seeing the Campus Activities Board page?
No, I see the same thing Lori sees.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me stop my share and see if I can't get that restarted here. Thank you for notifying me of that. Okay, how about now? Do you see the campus activities board Fort Wayne page?
Not yet. I have a space.
No.
Well, hold on one second. Let's try this again. All right, well, I tell you what, we will go ahead. I've stopped the screen share. We will go ahead and get started with some of our organizations. I will show you all about Ivy Life here after we present, before we go into the breakout sessions.
Sometimes, are you using 2 monitors?
I am.
Sometimes if you pull that from one monitor to the other, it disrupts the connection.
Got you. Okay.
I had that in another meeting, and that we found out that the same way. So I don't know if that helps that or not, but with sharing. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I mean to interrupt.
No, you are totally fine. Okay, so so we can go ahead and dive right in. We have, like I said, we have our Trio Leadership Council. We have Phi Theta Kappa. We have International Family here today. We have our we have several of our Warsaw groups, including, I'm sorry, some of you guys are representing a few different groups, so I will let you guys, as we move on down through you, I will let you guys introduce your groups accordingly. So Joanne, if you are ready, I have you up here. Do you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about Goalie Amigos? You're muted, Joanne.
Thank you. Would you like me to share a PowerPoint or just as is?
No, you do whatever you want to do.
Okay, so if you will allow sharing, please.
Okay. I think I've done it.
Awesome. Okay, I'm getting to the screen. And I think, can people see that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
All right. So thank you everybody for coming. We are Goalie Amigos. We stand for Graduating, Outstanding, Achieving Latinos and Friends, because our friends don't always look like us and they come in different colors, shapes, and sizes. And so we invite everyone to participate. We started out as a Latino student organization, have become very multicultural. And so this PowerPoint, more than anything, it's pictures, right? Pictures say 1,000 words. And so we'd like to share with you, and let me make sure that I can actually move the screen. While our mission is to educate, engage, and support Ivy Tech students by promoting events and leadership opportunities that advance the Latino culture, we include and embrace non-Latinos who are interested in learning more, not only about our culture, but other people's culture as well. Graduation is the goal, and that's really what we want to do, is work with our students to get them to graduate. And the idea is we want to have fun as we work towards that goal. We work to build relationships, collaborate with others, provide access for our students through networking, and we really want to equip the students with knowledge and skills that will keep them challenged as they work through this college experience. When the time comes, we'd like to expose students through travel. However, with COVID right now, we are going to have to get creative, and we need you as students to help us get creative. Can you all see the slides moving? And okay, thank you. Okay, so right in the past, this is what we've done, is we've worked to share our culture and educate others on not only our culture, but different cultures. Jordan, you see there you are salsa and merengue dancing with us. And so again, we're going to have to get creative. How will we share different cultures in this virtual environment? We also provided a lot of community service throughout the semesters, not only Latino student organizations, but if you look at top corner, we have our little medals around our necks. That is for Black History Month. We competed and we won first and second place at the Allen County Library, where the students learned all about Black history. And then of course, it's about having fun, creating memories, working with other student organizations. In these photos, we were working with the international students and coming together to have fun at events and activities. Also, because finances can sometimes be a challenge, we work with our students to get them to look at scholarships that are available on campus. At one point, we did a lot of partnering with Phi Theta Kappa. We hope to do that again. Tabby and I are always looking for ways to move forward with Phi Theta Kappa because we want our students to be engaged with other organizations on campus, as well as working hard through scholarship. And then here's just a picture showing that we work hard and we play hard, from conferences to guest speakers that have come into the classroom to work with our students. The goal, again, is to get students to graduate, allow all kinds of experiences while they have fun getting through this educational journey. So how are we going to do this all virtually? We are not sure yet, and so we need your ideas to come up with some fun ideas. We'd like you to join us. My email is down below. You can reach out. I've also sent this same flyer out through Ivy Tech email. We had our first meeting yesterday with 12 students who came together virtually. We have a leadership team in place for this new virtual world, and we're going to work with our students to figure it all out. So we really hope that you're willing and able to join us and be part of the fun. That is it. Thank you, Carrie.
All right, thank you, Joanne. And once again, Joanne will have a breakout room available a little bit later that she can talk one-on-one with you. Next up, we have Robert and any of his other counterparts that are representing the Pre-Law Society. And they are a new organization. So Robert, do you want to tell us a little bit about Pre-Law?
Absolutely. Thank you, Carrie. So the Pre-Law Association is moving into its second year. It was originally founded by Zion Mulder, who did a stellar job last year. Our predominant focus is on the legal field. Anybody that's looking to pursue law school or would like to further their objectives as far as paralegal or the legal studies, we really try to work with you. And we have quite a few corporations that we're working with currently for internships, both in public defender's office, prosecutions. There are several free legal programs where paralegals are able to slide in and really start to develop themselves in that professional manner. So the Pre-Law Society this year is looking at attending both Notre Dame and McKinney Law Institute down at IUPUI. At some point, we'll be taking a tour of those law schools once we can solidify a date, as well as the Howard County Public Defender's Office, and Judge Pate has given his blessing. We will be sitting through a couple of trials. One of them in particular he would like us to sit through is a particular murder trial that is of larger, I guess, publicity, to see exactly how that voir dire process and the litigation goes and the ebb and flow of the courtrooms. I believe that's going to be about it that we have on our slate right now. I do know that Vice President Mulder is now working on a speaking engagement where we are centralizing on overcoming adversity. We have secured the mayor of Kendallville, who was the first female mayor, and the first judge, I believe, of her county that will be speaking come October. We'll be working with the Office of Student Life very shortly on solidifying those dates, as well as we have a few LGBTQ attorneys and paralegals that are kind of lined up they're soft lined up at this point. They haven't solidified a date for us yet, but they would like to come and speak on that overcoming adversity as well. So there's ample opportunity as far as leadership goes in the Pre-Law Society. We'd love to work with you. We'd love to help you on your path, both furthering your education and in furthering your professional career. So feel free to stop by at any time, contact either myself or Zion Mulder, the vice president, and we'll love to get a hold of you. Thanks, Carrie.
All right, thank you very much, Robert. We appreciate you guys being here today. Okay, so next up we have Trio Leadership Council. I have Carrie from Trio who will be presenting about the Trio Leadership Council, and I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so that you can see what she's gonna talk about. Everybody see that? Trio Leadership Council at Ivy Tech?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Carrie, you go ahead and take over.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Carrie. And I'm just going to start by saying this is hard for me today. Our main advisor for the council, who helped start the council and everything, Felicia, passed away unexpectedly this weekend, and we're all struggling through that together right now. But I can hear her saying that she would not want the council to die or decrease in membership. It was so important to her, and so I want to help keep it going and continue to get more students, you know, to carry on that mission for her. So the council has been around here at Ivy Tech since 2016. Our mission is to help students on their educational journey by really giving a platform, especially for first-generation students. You know, that can be a scary experience sometimes when you're going to college and you've not had family members that have done that journey. And so we really try to do a lot of events to recognize students that are in that situation, but also to recognize all students. Any student can be a part of the council. So you guys may have heard of TRIO, the program. We do run a program that is grant funded to serve students who are first gen, low income, or have a disability. But the council is open to anybody. So I always tell students, you know, if they don't fit the criteria for our program, think about doing the council, because it's still a great environment to meet people. We're like a family, and we have a lot of peer relationships that are made, and we also try to do a lot of fun events. Obviously this fall, the focus, you know, is going to be on virtual events. So we've got to get creative, but I know we still hope to do a fall book club. That has been a fun event with our students, a lot of great dialogue. We try to choose a book that leads to a lot of conversations, sometimes hard ones, but that's one of the good lessons that I know I've learned from Felicia, that, you know, coming together and talking about things, that makes such a difference. We have been able to go on leadership conferences before. We've helped with Trunk or Treat, Spring Fling, a lot of team building events, edible book fair, and First Gen Week that is always in November is normally a big one that we try to help plan some programming for. So we are really seeking new members. I think our Vice President Tanisha is here and on this call, and she's been a great leader for us as well. But I'd love for you to connect with us. I don't have the fall meeting schedule laid out. I'll be honest. We may kick off meetings a little bit later, you know, given how things are. But the council is definitely wanting membership, and if any of you guys are interested, our contact information is on this flyer that Carrie's sharing, and I will also drop a link in the chat where you can get in touch with us. So I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Carrie. Okay, so next up, I see Amy Johnston here. Amy Johnston represents our International Family Student Organization, which, what's your link that you call it, Amy? Is it if at Ivy Tech, or
Fit?
I fit.
I fit, yep.
Yep.
Okay, so Amy, I'm going to stop share here, and do you want to tell us a little bit about iFit?
Sure, yeah. So we took a semester off in the spring. So any student who would like to get involved, it's a great opportunity to develop some leadership skills, because we have all of our positions open. So we would need all the leadership positions will be available. So I'm excited about that for students to be able to get involved. Our group is a lot like the other groups that have already talked. I echo a lot of what they said just about camaraderie and getting to know each other and getting involved. Even though our organization is called International Family, we are open to anyone and everyone who would like to join. In my job, I work with students who are in the United States on an F1 visa. And so I try to encourage those students to get involved with International Family, because that group of students often has unique challenges that they might face just being in a different country. But there's a need for, U.S. citizens to be involved, just so they can help make those connections. So I don't have a meeting schedule available yet, but some of the things that we do in our meetings, we discuss just different cultures. We like to hear from the students. And so some of the things we've done in the past was just focus on a particular country each meeting. And we pretty lively discussions. We discuss things like just difference in religion or even marriages and different things like that. So of course, food comes up and all those good things. So we get to know each other just through learning about each other's cultures. We also like to do events, usually in the fall. We probably won't be able to do that this year, but usually in the fall we have an event where everyone comes to my home and they prepare a dish from their country or culture. And so that's kind of fun for everybody to get to try something new. Again, like I said, it would be a great opportunity for somebody who wants to just kind of brush or hone in on their leadership skills, because we will need people to take on those leadership positions. So I'll be sending out an email for meeting invite, and I am always available for questions that anybody has, and we look forward to having a good year.
All right, thank you very much, Amy. All right, so next up, we have the IT Club representing. I have Lucy here from the IT Club and any of your other students. Do you want to tell us a little bit about our Information Technology Club?
Sure, thank you. My name is Lucy Laharo. You can just say Lucy because Laharo is terribly difficult sometimes. But the IT Club started several years back with just a couple people. We have grown to the point where we have done things like we had Brianna Wu and Dr. Casey O'Donnell in. They are gaming developers, and they gave about an hour's talk. We had just this last, not this February, but February before, we had a security speakers come in. That include the FBI and one of the what do they call them? Anyway, and a company called Dark Rhino came in, and then Parkview Security also came in. We have been to places like CCSC. We were supposed to be the host for CCSC this year. CCSC is an event that gives the students a chance to not only network with their own peers, but also with some professionals. And then they also have the chance to go out and do a software development contest. This year we won 3rd place. And that was pretty cool because there were 8 4-year colleges and 2 2-year colleges, and we were the only 2-year, and that's third place out of all of it. So that was pretty cool. We also have an Ivy Tech Challenge. This year was canceled, but that's okay because they're changing that into an IT gaming hack, and we're going to figure out how that's going to work. That's going to come up this next spring. We have visited several different places. We have visited several different data centers, one here in Fort Wayne and one up in Chicago. Both were great places to go. A lot of things that we learned about, for example, Faraday cages that have to be put around these data centers. A lot of people don't even know what a Faraday cage is. When we're at home, staying at home, we do things like we have speakers in, as I said earlier, but we also have just individual speakers for the clubs. We had a lady come in that talked about some of the different contracts that we might sign when we get out into the business field. We have had the financial aid come over and talk about scholarships for students in STEM. We've had a software developer come in talking about software as a profession. So as you see, we really do all kinds of things, including just sitting, and sometimes the students just sit and play games the whole 3 hours, and different games. So we're a great place to come. We haven't got our schedule completely set up. I know there's scholarships for STEM is scheduled. We've got to do some talking yet. And we've got the reason why I'm the only one here is because our president and one of our other students who has her A+ is doing a virtual help desk right now for the rest of you. And that'll go on today until 3 o'clock. And she's got an A+. He's been out in the field for several years now. So if you need help, that's the place to go. We're a great place where techie people can be and just network with each other. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Lucy. So I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about our campus activities board, and then we are going to check out some of our other organizations that are here in Fort Wayne and also the Warsaw community. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, everybody see my screen, the CAB presentation there?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so Campus Activities Board is basically what we're kind of responsible for a lot of the activities that you see on campus, but this here is our mission. So Campus Activities Board is a diverse student organization that's dedicated to programming the best and diverse entertainments and a wide range of campus activities for the student community at Ivy Tech, serving the Fort Wayne, Warsaw, and Wabash communities. We work to provide social, educational, recreational, and cultural programs that are initiated, planned, and implemented and evaluated by the student body representatives. Through our numerous activities and events on campus, students learn to plan events that the whole student body can enjoy. CAB encourages their members to share ideas, develop social and leadership skills, and most importantly, to have fun. So we are responsible for a few events that they're kind of branded and you're gonna hear a lot about them. But the first one is Welcome Week. So Welcome Week, we're in Welcome Week right now. It is the events that are happening the first week of fall and spring semesters. So we usually use Welcome Week to kind of introduce and integrate people into the college experience. We do that by introducing student organizations, student resources, some of our various departments on campus to kind of get students acclimated to the college experience. And then we also try to do some fun things as well, as you saw from the pictures. The other activities that you'll see are some Titan events. So Titan is our Ivy Tech Fort Wayne mascot. So we always kick off our events for the semester with some kind of Titan event where we're introducing him. This week we are doing a Titan Masked Singer event. So if you are available to check that out, we are going to have some of our staff members hidden behind Titan's head and doing a karaoke contest. So check that out next week. So our main event that we do every week is our Wow Wednesday event. Wow Wednesday, you can actually expect to see something happening every Wednesday throughout the semester during the fall and spring semesters. And these events range to fun activities like parties, like you saw in our plaza there. We also do painting events, educational events. We partner with other student organizations like, and this is going way too fast for me. We partner with other organizations like Goalie Amigos, for example, to host Hispanic Heritage Month. And then you'll see here that we do a mystery trip. And the mystery trip is kind of fun because I cannot pause this. It's going too fast for me. So we set up the event and students sign up, but they have no idea what we're doing. And we've done things like gone flying with Sweet Air Aviation. We have done riverboat rides, and we've learned how to blow glass, all kinds of different fun things. And then these last two pictures here are some of the virtual events that we have done this semester. We had a leadership speaker come in who talked about how to be a rock star, and then we've also done virtual bingo. So our recipients and winners were able to walk away with quite a bit of fun money prizes. So that's just some of our Wow Wednesday events. And I say that that's just a few of them because we do something every week. So that really equates out to hundreds of events in my time here with the college. So, so other than Wow Wednesday events, we also do some community events. So our trunk or treat event and our Touch a Truck event that we host to the entire community in Fort Wayne and Warsaw actually appeal to thousands of people who come to our campus. And we either run the event or help run the event with the partnership of some of our organizations. We also do trips and outings. So as you can see here, we take trips to Chicago when we're allowed to travel. Again, we take trips to Chicago, to Cedar Point. We do outings to some of our Fort Wayne sporting events. We did take a trip to Washington, D.C., which was really awesome, where we focused on social injustices, and we got to learn a lot about different cultures and some of the social injustice that is happening. So we're responsible for trips. We also do a trip to Indy Screen Park, again, when we're allowed to travel again. And then we also do service projects. So this is just a couple of the service projects we've done in the past. We made kits or presents, gift packs for kids that are staying at the Children's Hospital there at Lutheran. And then we've also done some like dog toys that we donated to the SPCA. So we do a service project every year as well. And we try to incorporate those into our Wow Wednesday activities. So again, as you can see here, we just do a lot of things, and all these things are meant to benefit the students here. And some of them are really fun, and some of them are intended to educate students outside of the classroom as well. So because of that, we really just need people to join our family. We need people to help us plan and think of these activities that they as students want to see on their campus. So we have a few different levels of participation when we talk about CAB. So if you just want to do the bare minimum, you just want to give your opinion on what kind of events you'd like to see on campus, we do planning meetings. So we'll send out a few a year where we just talk to our students and say, you know, hey, like, come meet here, you know, come meet with us, talk about the things that you'd love to see on campus. And you come and you give us your opinion, and that's all, you know, that's all you have to do. We also have event volunteers. So maybe you can't commit to meeting times, or you just can't provide that level of commitment. You can come and be a volunteer when we're actually meeting on campus. You can volunteer for some of those activities and gain some VIP access, some behind the scene things, and also meet some of our great people and network within the college. You can also be a member. So some different things about members. They are members that are, you know, participating in our meetings. Members are eligible for our leadership trainings. They're eligible for conference travel, which I'll talk about here in a minute. We do member retreats. We pass out CAB gear to our members, which you may have seen in some of the pictures. And then, you know, I'll mirror what everybody else said. We just, you know, we have a lot of memories with our members, and we provide lasting and lifetime friendships as well. So one thing that I do want to mention is that we are also looking for leadership, and CAB is unique that we are offering a paid leadership position. So anybody who is interested in joining CAB and possibly becoming leadership within CAB, we can chat about some of our paid opportunities available. So when I talk about the conference travel that's available to members, we do a few things. So Campus Activities Board participates in the APCA Planning Conference. So APCA is the Association for the Promotion of Campus Activities, and they have a conference that they do in Chicago every year, and the conference is really great because it introduces us to different speakers and artists and presenters and you know, musicians and magicians and things like that we can bring on campus. And so it's basically just a big trade show to introduce us to all the different programming options that are out there. And so it's a 2-day conference, and it's really fun, and our members get to go and do that as well. And then our members also have opportunity to participate in our Student Leadership Conference. And they join other student leaders throughout our campus as well as throughout the state to come together for leadership training in Indianapolis. And again, this is an Ivy Tech specific event, so you actually join student leaders from around the state within Ivy Tech, and that's also a lot of fun as well. So those are just some of the travel opportunities that we have just for members. So we talked a little bit about Ivy Life, and I'm gonna, after we finish chatting with all of our folks here, I am gonna go over again how you can connect with your student organizations on Ivy Life, since my video froze up earlier. So we will go over that after we finish hearing from all of our other student organizations. All right, thanks for watching, and we will go on to our next person. Okay, so I have, so we actually, most of our organizations in the Fort Wayne and Warsaw area are open. They're open to all students. That means you don't have to meet criteria in order to join them, but we have 2 exceptions to that. And we also, we're unique in the fact that between Warsaw and Wabash and Fort Wayne, right now in a virtual environment, we can actually join organizations that are in Warsaw, even though we live in Fort Wayne, because we're not, because they're meeting virtually at this time. So that's great. Now, the only exception to that rule is that we have 2 different chapters of our Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, and membership has to be by campus in those organizations. So they are also the 2 organizations that are closed membership. So we're going to hear from the Fort Wayne chapter of Phi Theta Kappa first, and then we will go right into our Warsaw chapter just to see if there's any differences or anything that students who want to participate in either one of those need to know. So Tammy, do you want to go ahead off with the Fort Wayne Phi Theta Kappa chapter?
Absolutely. Hi there. So I'm Tammy Pavlik, and I am one of the faculty advisors along with Crystal Dumas in Fort Wayne, and then Lori Rowe. And Lori, do you have a co-faculty advisor in Warsaw?
Yes, Kathy Karosky.
Okay.
Our admissions advisor.
Yeah, and we have 2 different organizations, and I'm going to share about Phi Theta Kappa in Fort Wayne. I believe the requirements are the same, and I think Lori will probably piggyback off of that. So I'm going to go ahead and share just a couple of things, and hopefully this comes through. So hopefully you guys are seeing this clip, which is why join Phi Theta Kappa. I don't have a presentation, but I do have this clip. Is everybody kind of seeing this screen, I hope? Yes, awesome. So a couple of things about Phi Theta Kappa. We are an honor organization. We have chapters across the country and also across the globe. We are international. In order to join this organization, you will receive an invitation. Invitations from Fort Wayne are going to come out probably around the middle of September. We send them out every semester. Lori, when did they go out for Warsaw, or have they gone out for Warsaw yet?
They have not gone out yet. No, after the 100% refund period and we all get settled in, then we'll send out letters.
Yeah, so we're looking at about the middle of September for your invite. You'll get an invite every semester. In order to be eligible, you need to have a 3.5 GPA and have completed at least 12 credit hours. Once you join, I will say in Fort Wayne, we try and keep you guys above 3.0 in order to stay in the membership. But if something were to happen, we're pretty flexible about trying to be a positive force to get you back on track rather than being a negative force, in that we just want to drive you guys to stay on track academically. As far as what Phi Theta Kappa offers, big thing for Phi Theta Kappa is the membership opportunity, that we have leadership academies, we have training for leadership, we have training for being a research member. We have so many different things that we do. There's opportunities to be a leader on campus. I know in Fort Wayne, we lost most of our officers. They graduated this spring. So we traditionally held our induction ceremonies and our elections in April. Well, that didn't happen this year. So we are looking to do that this fall. We don't quite know what that looks like, but we are kind of moving forward and trying to rebuild our leadership team here in Fort Wayne. So you have opportunities for leadership within the organization here. There's opportunities for leadership in the Indiana region. And then there are also opportunities for leadership at the national level. We meet, we were meeting about twice a week. We're kind of re-envisioning what that, twice a week, twice a month. We're re-envisioning what that looks like for this fall. And I don't have a schedule, but I know Lori does, so she'll talk a little bit more about what Warsaw is doing with their schedule. We run 2 service projects a year. One of them is a college project, which tends to be college focused. In Fort Wayne, we helped with DeKalb Promise last year. And then we also run an outside service project, which involves research as well. It's called an Honors in Action project that tries to fit themes. And last year we did research based upon the needs of elementary school girls and how changes in their home environment could change their needs at school effectively. We then write it up and put it in for awards at the national level. We try and do this every year. These are 2 pretty big projects. We also travel. There's traditionally, and this year again, with not limiting our travel, we don't have as many opportunities. We travel within Indiana to regional conferences, both in the fall and the spring. And then we also travel to nationals. Last year, it was supposed to be in Orlando, first week of April. We unfortunately were not able to go because there was a moratorium on travel, but there were 6 of us from Fort Wayne that were going to go. Previous year, last year was supposed to be in Dallas. Previous year, we went to Orlando. 5 of us went to Orlando. The year before that, we went to Philadelphia. So we do travel about once a year. We ask that members be active in order to be eligible to travel, and try and really, there's outside national speakers and all of these things. In addition, I did want to show all of you guys, one of the big things with Phi Theta Kappa is the opportunity to earn scholarships. Because we are an academically kind of driven organization, scholarships are significant. And one of the things that PTK offers, is everybody seeing this Welcome to PTK Connect page, I hope, is this opportunity to search for scholarships. So as a PTK member, you can search within 4-year colleges. You can find colleges that offer scholarships, and pick your scholarship, pick your school. Is it for members only? This is really a resource that is phenomenal. It gives you all of the opportunities that are available with Phi Theta Kappa, and this is a big reason that people join PTK. They find once they join, they tend to form great networks. We have a really tight group. We have a lot of fun. We always have food at our meetings and really try and have a good time with everything. But in addition to that, the scholarship opportunity is really fantastic for a number of different schools. And I have multiple binders in Fort Wayne that show all of the scholarships that are available simply because you're a PTK member as a transfer. So this is a big thing for us. And I do try and hold once a year, or at least once a year, once a semester, kind of a scholarship session where people can come in and look and see what's available for PTK. So this is an opportunity. So look for an invite in September if you're interested in knowing how to get there. We also have provisional members that join until they're quite, not quite there with their GPA, but we love to have you participate. And you can do everything except the national conference travel. You have to be an official member to register for national conference, but it does give you the opportunity. In addition, this fall, we will have an opportunity for scholarship that goes out to all students, not PTK students. So if you see an invite for that, please think about it. We've had several students who have done really, really well. And we did have a student who earned the All USA Scholarship.
Yes, the Coca-Cola Scholar, right?
Yeah, yes, last year. So that was chosen. So that was pretty fantastic. I will let Lori go ahead and piggyback in here and talk about Warsaw and what they're doing as well. Let me stop my share here. And let her get going as well.
Everything that Tammy said absolutely applies to the Warsaw chapter as well. So if you're a Warsaw student or you're a Warsaw degree program student, you want to join the Warsaw campus, you may. And I was going to, emphasize the provisional membership, that you can still be active in Phi Theta Kappa without being an official member yet. Maybe you're a first semester student and you really want to get involved with Phi Theta Kappa, you can. You don't have to wait for your membership to be your invitation letter to be active in either chapter, any of the chapters. And all the opportunities for scholarship, fellowship, service, and leadership is well worth the one-time membership fee that you'll pay. And so just for example, we were talking about scholarships. I think the PTK Connect might be open to all community college students. but I'll double check that. But for your very small, in comparison, membership fee to either of our chapters, even locally, Manchester University gives out a Phi Theta Kappa scholarship equivalent to their presidential, which right now is worth about $20,000 just for being a Phi Theta Kappa member. So we're not talking about you have to go off to Cornell or anywhere. There are opportunities for you here in the state of Indiana if you decide you want to stay. The other thing I want to say is, in general, the students who are on this call and watching, and the ones who are going to watch it in a recording, if you've gotten nothing else from this meeting, know that you need to get involved in something outside of class. Okay, it's great that you come to class and you get a 4.0 and you do really well, but it's going to be beneficial for you to get involved in some club, some activity outside of what you're doing academically, so that when you go in for scholarship application interviews or go in for that job interview, or you need to write that scholarship essay, you have experiences to draw from. So if you're in this call and you're a student and you have friends who need to hear that message, please share this with them and say, hey, watch this video because you need to get involved in some of this, okay? And so look for those invitations from Phi Theta Kappa coming out in mid-September from either Fort Wayne or Warsaw campus. And I hope to see you in a meeting soon. We don't have our meeting set yet either, Tammy. We're still building, and everyone's schedule changes, every semester. So you have to kind of see where your officers are and when they can meet. So, but we will be doing virtual meetings. And Tammy and I have talked about doing some joint meetings. So maybe we'll get to see more of each other now that we're all virtual.
I went ahead and put my contact information in the chat for anybody who wants Fort Wayne contact. Lori will go ahead and put hers in the chat as well, email-wise. Best way to get information is to contact one of us for sure.
Great, ladies. Thank you so much for telling us about Phi Theta Kappa, both in the Warsaw and Fort Wayne areas. So we have just a few more organizations to present on, but I do know that we were limited to an hour for this group. So if anybody does need to log off, just remember that I'm going to have this as a recording, and then in the recording we'll have information on how you can contact these organizations directly. I do want to mention though that before you log off, especially if we're still presenting. If you notice in the chat box, I did drop a link there. I'll also be showing a QR code here in a little bit before we hit the breakout rooms that students can scan, or they can click on this link to log their participation. So that actually does a few things. That takes over for our sign-in process that we used to do for our face-to-face events. It logs your participation. It also automatically sends you out a feedback form for this event that we are going to be gathering information from you in order to send you out your swag. So those things are, that feedback form actually gets sent to you via email. You may need to check your clutter if you do not see it. Go ahead and do one of those things. Either click on the link in the chat box or scan the QR code that I'll be sharing here in just a moment. But before I do that, I want to make sure that we do hear from the rest of our student organizations. I have Nick Spangle. Nick Spangle represents a few organizations, so I'm not sure who he is representing today, if all of them. So Nick, you are on, buddy. Are you here?
Yes, I am. Thank you so much. I do have something that I can show people. So if you would, I'm not sure if I can share. Oh, I can. Awesome. So I am the Director of Enrollment and Student Success for the Ivy Tech Warsaw campus. But as Carrie mentioned, all clubs are open to all of our students in the region. So just because it might say Warsaw does not mean that a Fort Wayne student cannot join us. We encourage Fort Wayne participation, especially now that we're in a virtual format and distance is not so much of an issue anymore. And again, most of our clubs, all of our clubs will be meeting virtually. So please, if you are a Fort Wayne student, please think about joining one of our awesome clubs. And we do have some. I know that Dawn Burns is here representing Mom's Club, but I'm going to quickly kind of go through some of the clubs that Warsaw has to offer. We have a gaming club, and they meet regularly. They have a Switch. They now know how to do online, to play games online. I'm not so much tech savvy, but they certainly are. And they've purchased some online games. They just get together to blow off steam, have some fun, and to create a gaming club community. Along those lines, we also do have movie club, and in pre-pandemic times, they would get to go to our local movie theater for free. I know that they're going to be doing some Netflix parties during Disability Awareness Month. They hosted a large watch party for Netflix's Crip Camp, which was really awesome. We brought in our Todd Williams, who is our DSS specialist, and he got to talk about the history of the disabilities movement. So that was really cool. We also have etc., which I will also talk about because I am the club advisor for that. etc. stands for Equality Transforms Communities, period. It is an LGBTQ plus allies club that offers a safe space and to create a community for those who are LGBTQ or allies, and those that desire to see diversity flourish in their own communities. So I will talk briefly about that in just a second regarding when we will be meeting. And then we also have GIVE, which stands for Get Involved, Value Everyone. It is a service projects club. They do a lot of really great things. They've done things with our veterans population, our elder citizens, regarding literacy, food insecurity. They've raised funds for cancer research. They're a really awesome club. We also have Dungeons and Dragons, so a spinoff of Gaming Club. This is actually one of our largest clubs on Warsaw. And I do believe Anna Decker is also here representing that club. So we have an awesome Dungeons and Dragons community here in Warsaw. I had no idea, but apparently we do. And they love to have fun getting together for some, definitely from what I've seen, not a huge, don't know a lot about Dungeons and Dragons, but I do know that it is in-depth and detailed. And then finally, we also have Moms Club, which again, we have Dawn Burns, who's the advisor for that. And it's about just sort of creating a community where moms who are raising children and trying to go to work and go to school can have a place to sort of come together and find camaraderie among moms. So those are the current clubs that Warsaw offers. I'm sure, hopefully, my hope is that more will spring up. And in regards to, I do have to plug etc. one more time. Again, we are the LGBTQ plus allies club, and we put on there the Warsaw Fort Wayne. So again, do not think that you have to be a Warsaw student in order to attend. Our first meeting will be next Tuesday, September 1st at 5:30. It will be virtual in nature. I will have a poster that's going to be marketed out to the Warsaw and Fort Wayne students that will be clickable. So on Tuesday at 5:30, next Tuesday at 5:30, you'll just need to click the poster and automatically be connected to our Zoom meeting where we will talk about what we plan on doing this semester. We've done things like anti-bullying campaigns, pronoun awareness. We've done dances, just a lot of different things. And if you are an advocate for diversity or an advocate for diversity and an advocate for the LGBTQ community, please join us. So that's what I have to share.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Nick. Anna, since you are on and you're one of our student representatives, did you have anything you wanted to add about Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, I can just give a quick little recap of basically what Nick said. So I made this club.
Sorry, Anna, I'm having a little trouble hearing you.
Is this any better?
Much. Great.
Okay. Sorry, I have a headset on today, so my headphones are not being the greatest. So our club is basically, we just get together and we play a camp from Dungeons and Dragons. My players are just getting ready to finish the starter campaign, which very basic for anyone new to D&D, great way to learn. And then I'm actually, home brewing is a new term in D&D about where the DM creates the entire campaign from scratch. So I'm working on that for my players right now. And honestly, we would love to see some new players or just even new people that don't even know anything about D&D get excited and want to join us. I did lose some players just due to COVID, and through COVID, we did set up a Discord server so that we could still play online. But that's just not quite as fun as meeting in person. We do meet every Wednesday, currently right now at 2:30 p.m. So I will have a meeting later today. And that's about all I have, I think.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, and finally, our last organization that we're representing today is our Moms Club. And I have Dawn, and Dawn, you also have Michelle with you, one of your student leaders. Do you guys want to talk about Moms Club?
Sure. I will go ahead and I'll just say a few things and then I will turn it over to Michelle. Moms Club is pretty interesting insofar as we were trying to get it off the ground last year, and it's really hard to get moms to be able to coordinate schedules with everything they have to do as students and as moms. So we really just launched this summer, and we've been doing virtual meetings. Sometimes they go on so long I have to step out, but we have lots of ideas of things we would like to do as a group, having speakers in and doing activities together. But I will turn it over to Michelle, who's our vice president of the club, and let her say a little bit more.
Thanks, Dawn. Hi guys, I'm vice president, I'm Michelle. Since it is brand new, we pretty much just do a lot of therapy talking at the moment. We are there for each other. We understand that life is crazy, going to school and being a mom is chaotic. We want to be there for each other because making friends when you're a mom is almost impossible because it's hard to have an actual schedule. And then adding school on, we are able to understand each other a lot better, which has been really nice, which is how the meetings end up going really long because we end up talking our heads off and laughing and having a good time on Zoom for now. We are hoping to go ahead and start doing different activities. We have a lot of ideas, excuse my youngest. Like as far as like trying to do a yoga night or painting night or just anything like that, we're trying to figure out how to make that happen for us moms to actually have a night away from kids as well. Because as a parent, generally you need that time away. And so that's pretty much what we're doing right now. We're super excited about the semester to come up and what's to come for us.
Thanks, Michelle.
Great, thank you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick moment and I am going to share our QR code, and that is what I talked about a little bit earlier. So scanning this QR code with your phone or clicking on the link that I dropped in the chat box will just log your participation for today, and that will generate a feedback form that will come to you that will allow us to collect all that information so we can get your swag sent out to you. So I'm gonna share my screen. I am going to put up the QR code. Does everybody see that? QR code. Can I get a thumbs up if you guys see it?
Yep.
Awesome. Okay. So again, most phones, if you just click on the camera, it should, when you scan over it, it should pop like a link up. And once you click on that link, that logs your participation. You might see like a little blurb that says your participation is logged. If that doesn't work for you, you can always click on the link in the chat tab. But I'm just going to leave that up for another quick second. And then we are going to go ahead into that Ivy Life overview again. And then we will break out into breakout rooms. So if any of my advisors or student leaders need to log off and are no longer going to be available for a breakout room because we are right at our 1 hour time, please let me know in the chat and I will remove you from there. But okay, so we are good with that QR code. I am going to, let me get rid of that. Let's share our screen again. This one. Okay, everybody see my Ivy page? Everybody good? Okay, and we're clicking over to Ivy Life now. Once again, you do need to make sure that you are signed in. To see your organizations, we are going to click on the organization button. And we are going to choose the Fort Wayne branch. That is going to tell us, everybody seeing everything so far? Can I get a heads up, thumbs up? Perfect. And then we are going to, you can scroll through your organizations. You can see some of the descriptions that the organizations have right off the bat, but if you want to learn more about the organization, you can click on their page. Everybody seeing the new page for International Family? Wonderful. You can read a little bit more about their organization, check out some of their videos, any events they may have going on. Their officers will be listed, and then some documents. Maybe they have like some of their meeting notes and things like that. If you want more information from that advisor or that contact person for the organization, you can click on their contact button, or you can click on join if you just found out everything you want to know and you want to request to join the organization. So if you are not able to hang out for the breakout rooms today, you're visiting us on a recording, or our advisors are no longer able to participate in the breakouts, this is how you contact them to get more info. Okay, so that being said, I